Hello, this is Christelle Martinette. Thank you for joining me today. This is a part of a series of videos that I'm starting to put up just to get you to know what my soul therapy work is all about, what type of work I do. And with this video, I'd like to talk about a service that I offer that I call chakra control reading. It is and I'll talk about a case. One of my clients has given me permission to talk about her specific chakra session with me. Now, this typically has to do with a control of your chakra, and every chakra. I work with the 8 chakras, and what I'm interested in is to get a reading in percentages of the balance of the different chakras. You know, where more energy is being spent. There's, for example, there's a range. There's a normal range, and out of that, there's a range where I can realize there's too much energy spent either in the emotional, personal, or mental body, physical or mental body. When what happens in our lives is when we act, and when we think, when we move, when we live, all right, we direct energy through our choices, through the things that we do, and we direct energy. And if it's not integrated, if the actions that we do are not aligned with our path, our soul's path. And I'll talk in other videos about how we can know what we're supposed to be doing. If it's not aligned with our soul's path, it can create a chakra imbalance at different levels. And these can be found, like I said, in the physical body, in your emotional and mental body, and imbalances typically manifest over by showing an overactivity, an abundance of activity, or an underactivity at the levels of every single chakra. First, this session examines any damage to your golden web. The golden web is an energetic membrane that surrounds your energy body at the level of each chakra. Then I assess the chakra imbalance in terms of percentages for every one, and then reestablish chakra balance by my energy work, by my clearing work. And this kind of session is typically suggested to be done on a regular basis every 6 months. And I'll give you the example of one client who came to me. This was a fellow reader, a psychic, and she was having difficulty. She continually was having difficulty in one specific area of her life, and she didn't understand. You know, she said, "I know I'm blocked. I know I could feel that I'm blocked. I feel that I'm blocked." And so I suggested this session for her. And what did I find? I found that, I work, as I said, with the 8 chakras, from the root spine, from the first chakra, to above the crown, the 8th chakra. And as I measured from the physical, the emotional, and the mental, I was finding that at the first chakra, there were very, very low values. So low, I was almost thinking I was making a mistake. And I'm thinking, well, let me go through all the chakra. And the second was similar. And the third it was a little better. And the fourth, a little better, the same, more or less. It was going toward normal values. And the 5th chakra, when I was assessing the 5th chakra level, it was normal. The levels were normal. Well, this is typical of this person because her divine energy center, and I'll talk about the divine energy centers in another video, but her divine energy center was one of self-expression, and the 5th chakra is at the level of the throat. She uses her voice. She gives speeches. Okay, so that stood to reason she was very successful in what she did. Then when I measured the 6th, the 7th, and 8th, it was phenomenal. The 6th, very high levels. The 7th, extremely high levels, 30% over the norm, as was the 8th, above the crown. And, it was as if she had no grounding. It's like, the typical butterfly, not without her feet, were not on the ground. And of course, then it's easy to suggest how to go about healing, because this person needed grounding. We could do it with stones. We could do it with gems, crystals, all kinds of things. Plus, there's a lot of work that I don't want to go into now. But she knew exactly how to target the area. And there is a certain amount. I mean, we are not machines, all right? We are not machines. And people have certain gifts and divine gifts. And typically, there are people whose natural percentage in the lower chakras are lower, and the higher are higher. But this was so far out of balance. It was so far out of balance. And it was interesting for me to see, and interesting for her because she was able to immediately target those areas. And, the lower chakras, many of them can cause difficulty manifesting financial issues, difficulty with self-love and as a consequence with love for other people. So this was, one of the success stories, extremely interesting. And this is the chakra control reading or chakra control session that you can find on my website. So thank you for listening in. I'll be back with some more news. Bye-bye.